The $4,000 monthly disparity, how government policy makes hard work the worst deal in Canada. Tax-free family payouts are eclipsing local wages, leaving working-class citizens to fund a system that prices them out of their own lives. By Canadian Citizens Journal. Imagine getting up every single morning, working a grueling 40-hour week, watching income tax stripped from your paycheck, and bringing home less than $3,500 a month to feed your family, pay your skyrocketing rent, and keep the lights on. Now imagine looking at a viral government flyer and realizing that a newly arrived family with zero Canadian work history can qualify for over $3,500 to $4,000 a month, completely tax-free, delivered straight to their mailbox courtesy of the Canada Revenue Agency, CRA. This isn't a hypothetical scenario. It is the math behind the Canada Child Benefit, CCB grid, and it highlights a deeply broken system where the government is actively engineering an economic landscape where hard work is a losing financial strategy. 1. The math of the unearned paycheck. A recent viral informational flyer from the Canadian News Hub laid bare the maximum base rates for the current benefit year. Under age 6, $666.41 per month, $7,997 per year per child. Ages 6 to 17, $562.33 per month, $6,748 per year per child. When these flyers hit social media, the comments exploded with immediate justified anger from working-class citizens. One user pointed out the glaring reality of a 6-child family structure. One child under 6 equals $666.41 per month. 5 children ages 6 minus 17 times $562.33 equals $2,811.65 per month. Total tax. Free payout equals $3,478.06 per month. When you factor in provincial child top-ups or specific disability supplements, these monthly deposits effortlessly clear $4,000 a month. Because this cash is 100% tax-free, an everyday Canadian citizen would have to grind out an annual salary of roughly $60,000 to $70,000 a year before deductions just to match that exact purchasing power. The system has effectively turned child volume into an untaxed income stream that eclipses the take-home pay of local, tax-paying laborers. 2. Funding our own disadvantage. The structural injustice goes deeper than just the numbers on the check. The citizens left to bear the financial burden of these programs are the very people being excluded from them. As one online commenter sharply noted, "I have no kids. Worked all my life to support other families' kids with no benefit or tax discount." Working Canadians with small families, or those who have responsibly chosen not to have children because they literally cannot afford the cost of groceries, are being heavily taxed to fund the large, subsidized families of others. Your hard-earned tax dollars are extracted from your check to provide massive, untaxed liquidity to households that have never contributed a dime to the Canadian tax base. 3. The insult of the local safety net. The disparity becomes outright offensive when you compare these multi-$1,000 child benefit payouts to what the government provides to struggling Canadians who are disabled, injured, or unemployed. In New Brunswick, a single, employable adult trapped on provincial social assistance receives a base amount of roughly $660 a month to survive. Think about that logic. The government tells a local citizen who fell on hard times or is dealing with a crisis that they must feed, clothe, and house themselves on $660 a month. But if a family with 6 children arrives under government resettlement programs, the parallel safety nets automatically kick into gear, dropping thousands of dollars into their laps on the 20th of every single month. 4. The manufactured demand squeeze. This massive injection of tax-free monthly cash doesn't exist in a vacuum. It directly distorts the local economy, making life unaffordable for everyone else. When thousands of households are suddenly handed an extra $3,500 to $4,000 a month in tax-free cash, they enter the local rental and retail markets with an artificial spending power that a local minimum wage or lower middle-class worker cannot match. Rental price gouging. Landlords know these large, government-subsidized households have guaranteed monthly income from the CRA. Rents are raised across the board because landlords can demand premium prices, completely pricing out local singles, seniors, and working families who do not get these multi-$1,000 monthly top-ups. Inflation on essentials. When demand for basic goods, groceries, and services drastically outpaces supply, prices spike. The working-class Canadian worker experiences the inflation at the cash register, but gets no financial buffer from the state to survive it. The death of the social contract. A society cannot function when the government treats the working-class taxpayer like a bottomless ATM to fund a parallel hyper-privileged welfare system for others. When a citizen who works 40 hours a week realizes they are poorer than someone receiving state-engineered tax-free family payouts, the social contract is dead. The government is no longer managing a nation. They are running an administrative redistribution scheme that actively punishes production and rewards demographic volume. It is time to stop apologizing for our frustration. It is time to demand a system that stops taxing citizens into poverty to fund the artificial prosperity of everyone else. Recommended social media hashtags. Hashtag #engineered struggle.